Good afternoon, baseball fans. You're here on Yankees The Ugly Truth with Ked. Today, we're going to be calling the game for play-by-play of the Yankees versus the Orioles. Yankees are going for the series win, making it 3 out of 4 in Baltimore. Today, the lineup is going to be as follows for our New York Yankees. Leading off playing center field is going to be Trent Grisham, hitting .240 on the season. In the two-hole is going to be Aaron Judge, DHing, hitting .329. Cody Bellinger will be hitting out of the three-hole, playing right field, hitting .272. In the five-hole is going to be Ben Rice, playing first base, hitting .245. In left field, Jason Dominguez will be hitting out of the six-hole, or the six-hole, hitting .257. Jazz Chisholm will be playing second base, hitting .242. Jose Caballero will be hitting out of the seven-hole, playing shortstop at .234 on the season. Austin Wells will be behind the dish, hitting out of the eight-hole, .216 on the season. And bringing up the rear is going to be Ryan McMahon, playing third base, hitting .214. And on the bump for the Yankees is going to be Cam Schlittler. Today's Oriole lineup is going to consist of Jackson Holliday playing second base, leading off. Beavers will be in right field in the two-hole. Gunnar Henderson will be at shortstop, hitting in the three-hole. Ryan Mountcastle will be DHing, hitting cleanup. Basilio will be behind the dish, hitting in the five-hole. Jackson will be at third base, hitting out of the six-hole. Cowser will be playing center field, hitting out of the seven-hole. Mayo will be at first base. And Carson will be in left field, bringing up the rear. And on the bump today for the Orioles is going to be Kyle Bradish. I want to thank everybody for taking time out of their busy Sunday afternoon to be here, support the channel, and listen to a little bit of football. We've had a few games that have gotten underway ahead of us, and we'll see if anybody's got an active score. All right. The Cubs and Reds are in some type of delay. In the top of the second, the Braves and the Tigers are locked up at zeros. At 1:35, the Athletics and Pirates will be coming on, as will be the Yankees and the Orioles. Nationals and the Mets will follow at 1:40. So that'll be our active slate for the early half of the morning. For those of you that are here, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. So how are we feeling about today's matchup? Do we think that the Yankees are going to take it? Are the Orioles going to work a split with the Yankees? And right now we're at a commercial break. And for those of you that are football fans, I'm going to read off the scoreboard real quick. With a minute 34 left in the first quarter, the Steelers lead the Patriots 7-0. With 44 seconds left in the game, the Buccaneers and the Jets are tied at 3. With 2:26 left in the first quarter, the Commanders have a 7-3 lead on the Raiders. And with 29 seconds left, the Jaguars lead the Texans 7-0. With 1 minute 20 seconds left in the First quarter, the Rams have a 10-7 lead over the Eagles with 4:57 left in the first quarter. The Colts lead the Texans 10-3 with 3 minutes 59 seconds left in the first quarter. The Vikings lead the Bengals 14-0 with 2:50 left in the first quarter. The Panthers have a 7-0 lead over the Falcons. At the end of the first quarter, the Packers and the Browns are tied at 0, and that is your active NFL slate for today. Welcome to our stream, Jacob, Nancy. Appreciate y'all being here. And Bradish is throwing the last of his warm-up pitches before game start. I'm feeling good about today's game. Hopefully, Kansas City helps us out and take out the Blue Jays this afternoon. And would love to see Tampa take out the Red Sox today to give us a little bit bigger cushion on them. How is the volume for this game? Had some problems the other day, so hopefully we've got a resolution for that, and my mic will stop muting. And hey John, hey Ray, appreciate y'all being here. Everyone just joining the stream. We're just a couple of minutes before game start. Edwin Jimenez is the home plate umpire. He is a third season major league umpire, and he is considered a hitter-friendly umpire. Go figure. Trent Grisham is stepping up to the box. He's hitting .240 on the season, 33 home runs, 72 RBIs, and an .821 OPS. Hey, Just, welcome to the stream. And Bradish sets. First pitch is on the way, and it is a fastball down low. Nice 96 mile an hour. Count is 1-0 on Grishbaum. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it paints the outside portion of the plate for call. Strike one. Count is 1-1. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is right down the heart of Broadway. Call strike two. Count is 1-2. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is off the plate and bounces away from Basayo. Count is now evened at 2-2. What color is the goose? And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is chopped up the middle. Gunnar Henderson fields it cleanly and shoots to Mayo for the first out of the game. All rise. The judges in the chambers. The captain is hitting .329 on the season, 49 homers, 105 RBIs, and an 1129 OPS. And Bradish sets, and the pitch is tipped into the glove of Basayo. Count is 0-1. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is right down the heart of Broadway. Count is 0-2 on the captain. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is a slider off the plate. Count is 1-2. And Bradish sets, fires, and the pitch is up out of the strike zone. Count is evened at 2-2. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and the judge swings and misses at a curveball. That is the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Cody Bellinger. John Cooper, I checked on Bradish's picks, Mitch. He's been using sinker, slider, and cutter since coming back from TJ. Tends to miss up in the strike zone. Well, that could be bad for him. And Bradish sets. First pitch is on the way, and the ball is lined to left field. And Carlson is going to run it down in left center. And that is going to be the final out. So the Yankees go down in order 1, 2, 3. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the first is going to be Holiday, Beavers, and Henderson. And for those of you who have just hopped on board, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And let's see. Around the NFL, Steelers now have a 14-0 lead on the Patriots. The Jets have taken a 6-3 lead on the Buccaneers. Commanders have a 7-3 lead on the Raiders. Jaguars are up 7-0 against the Texans. Rams have a 10-7 lead on the Eagles. The Colts have a 17-3 lead on the Titans. Vikings have a 14-0 lead on the Bengals. Falcons have a 7-0 lead, or the Panthers have a 7-0 lead on the Panthers, and the Packers have got on the scoreboard and have a 3-0 lead over the Browns. Cab is having his 13th start of the year. He is 3-3 with a 3.41 ERA. Opponents are hitting a 236 against him. Hello, Landon. Schlitler's last outing wasn't a very good one. He did not make 5 innings, and he walked 5 players. And the first pitch is on the way, and the fastball is just up and away. Count is 1-0. Holiday is hitting 247 on the season, 17 home runs, 55 RBIs, and a 702 OPS. Schlitler sets, fires, and the pitch is tipped into the glove of Austin Wells. Count is now 1-1. And Schlitler sets, Fires. The pitch is called. Strike two. Count is 1-2. And Holiday takes a timeout. Now he's back in the box. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is in there for call. Strike three. I think it was a little bit high, but guess we'll take it with this crappy umpiring that we've seen all year long. Coming up to bat is Beavers. Beavers made a couple of fantastic plays a couple of days ago. He stole a 2-run home run off of Bellinger and sold an extra base hit off a Judge with a fine diving play. And Schlitler sets. First pitch is a curveball in there for call. Strike one. Beavers is hitting .267 on the season, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs, and an .870 OPS. Schlitler sets and fires, and the fastball is off the plate. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Schlitler sets. He fires, and the pitch catches the outside portion of the plate for call. Strike two. Count is 1-2. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is a curveball foul down the first base line. Count is going to remain 1-2. Schlitler sets, fires. The pitch is a curveball down inside and low. Count is now evened at 2-2. As Schlitler sets, pitch is all the way, and it is swung on and missed for strike three. That is the second strikeout of the inning. Coming up to bat is Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson is hitting .275 on the season, 16 home runs, 65 RBIs at a .790 OPS. Schlitler sets and fires, and the first pitch is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. Schlitler sets, and he fires, and the pitch is up and out of the strike zone. Count is evened at 1-1. Schlitler sets, and he fires, and the pitch is a bit inside, 99-mile-an-hour four-seamer. Count is now 2-1. Schlitler sets, curveball is fouled straight back. Count is 2-2. Schlitler sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike three. And that is going to be the third strikeout of the inning for Schlitler. So hopefully he is back on track. That is going to do it for the Orioles. Coming up to bat in the top of the second is going to be Ben Rice. Jason Dominguez, and Jazz Chisholm. And the Major League scoreboard, the Braves and Tigers are locked up at 0 in the top of the third. In the bottom of the first, the Athletics and Pirates have no score. As you know, heading into the second in our game, score is also 0-0. There is still a delay in Cincinnati. And in the bottom of the first, the Mets and the Nationals also are locked up at zeros. So it's a low scoring day so far. And around the NFL, Steelers have a 14-0 lead on the Patriots. Buccaneers are up 10-6 on the Jets. Commanders are up 7-3 on the Raiders. Jaguars are up 7-0 on the Texans. Rams are up 10-7 on the Eagles. Colts are up 17-3 on the Titans. Vikings lead the Bengals 14-0. Panthers are up on the Falcons 7-0. Packers are up on the Browns 3-0, and that is your NFL scoreboard. Bradish sets, and he fires the first pitch to Rice is off the plate. Count is 1-0. For those of you that are here, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And Rice hits a ball through the shortstop hole. Henderson is diving, and that is going to be the first hit of the day. And Rice is the Yankees' first base runner. Coming up to bat is Jason Dominguez. And Bradish sets. First pitch is on the way, and it is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. Dominguez is hitting .257 on the season, 10 home runs, 47 RBIs, and a .722 OPS. And Bradish sets, fires, and Dominguez hits a lazy fly ball to center field. Kowser is waiting on it and is going to make the play. That is the first out of the inning. Jazz Chisholm coming up to bat. He's hitting .242 on the season, 30 home runs, 78 RBIs, and an .813 OPS. As Jazz steps into the box, Bradish is sets. He fires, and the slider is off the plate. Count is 1-0. And Bradish sets. And he fires, and the pitch is off the plate, but it is called a strike. Go figure. Count is 1-1, and Jazz is chirping at the damn umpire already. And the pitch is on the way, and Jazz checks a foul. Count is 1-2 on Chisholm. And Bradish sets, fires, and Jazz swings over the top of a curveball for strike 3. And that is the second out of the inning. We're in the top of the second. Score is 0-0. Yankees have a runner at first with 2 outs, and Jose Caballero is coming up to bat. Caballero's hitting .234 on the season, 5 home runs, 35 RBIs, and a .684 OPS. And Bradish sets and fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is a chopper to Henderson. Henderson fills it cleanly and steps on second base to record the third out of the inning. There are no runs, a hit, and there is a runner left on base. As we come to the bottom of the second, Ryan Mountcastle, Basilio, and Jackson are coming up to bat. Let's go, Yankees. Bradish is returning to the Orioles from Tommy John surgery. Do not think that they're going to let him go with a heavy pitch count. I anticipate about 85 or so. So if he makes 5 innings, it'll be a good start for him. And then we get our cracks at that weak Oriole bullpen once again. Landon asked, do I think if Bill Belichick will make a return? Yeah, I don't think so. He's down in North Carolina coaching a college football team there, and think he tries to intend to turn that program around. Aaron Boone's son is on the coaching staff there, so it'll be interesting to see. And Schlitler sets and fires, and the pitch is way inside to Mountcastle. Goes all the way to the backstop. Count is 1-0. Schlitler sets and fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Count is evened at 1-1. For those of you hopping in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And Schlitler sets, fires, and the pitch is fouled off once again. Count is 1-2. And Schlitler sets, pitch is once again fouled off. Count is going to remain 1-2. And the pitch is on the way, and it bounces in the dirt. Count is deuce. What color is your goose? And Schlitler sets. And he fires, and the pitch is down low and off the plate. Count is now full, 3-2. Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is just tap foul. Count is going to remain 3-2. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is fouled off. That is going to keep the count at 3-2 as we head to the ninth pitch of the at-bat. Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is blooped to Jazz at second. And he is going to make the play for the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Basayo. Schlitler sets, fires, and the curveball is off the plate, but is called strike one. Count is 0-1. And Schlitler sets. And he fires. Basayo fouls the pitch off. Count is 0-2. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 1-2. And the pitch is on the way. It is up out of the strike zone. Count is now evened at deuce. What color is your goose? And Schlitler sets, fires, and the curveball is down in the dirt. Count is now full, 3-2. All right, Cam, it's time to stop messing around. Pitch these guys. Schlitler sets and fires, and the ball is foul tipped into the glove of Wells for the strikeout. That was a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, and that is Schlittler's fourth strikeout of the afternoon. Coming up to bat is Jackson. Hey, Sean, welcome to the stream, my brother. And the first pitch is on the way, and it is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. Schlitler sets, and the ball is driven into left field. That's going to get down in front of Dominguez, bounce off the wall, and Jackson is going to be at second with a stand-up double. That is the first base hit and first base runner for the Orioles. Hey, Jonathan, welcome to the stream. And for those of you that have hopped on, if you could please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And Schlitler sets. Colton Cowser is up to bat. Hey, Nick, how you doing, brother? And he paints the outside portion of the plate for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. Cowser's hitting 199 on the season, 15 home runs, 38 RBIs, and a 655 OPS. And Schlitler sets, fires in the curveball, paints the bottom of the strike zone. Count is 0-2. All right, Chef Nick, eating peanut butter and jelly, watching your stream. Indeed. I wish I had a peanut butter and jelly myself because I didn't get lunch. And how you going? How's it going, Dire Wolf? Schlitler sets, fires, and the pitch is tipped into Wells' glove for strike three. And that is Schlittler's fifth strikeout of the afternoon. There are no runs, one hit, and a runner left on base. Coming up to bat for the Yankees in the top of the third is going to be Austin Wells, Ryan McMahon, and Trent Grisham. And let's take a look at the Major League scoreboard. In the bottom of the third, the Braves lead the Tigers 1-0. In the top of the second, the Pirates have jumped out to a 2-0 lead on the Athletics. As you know, going to the top of the third, there is no score in our game. Cubs and the Reds remain in a rain delay. In the top of the third, the Nationals have a 3-0 lead on the Mets. Is this the Mets' downfall? Are they about to fall out of the wild card race? Is Juan Soto going to be watching the postseason from his hot tub that he enjoyed when he signed his contract with the Mets? I sure hope so. And let's see our scoreboard around the NFL. Steelers lead the Patriots 14-7. Buccaneers lead the Jets 10-6. Commanders lead the Raiders 10-3. Jaguars lead the Texans 7-3. Rams lead the Eagles now 13-7. Colts have a 17-6 lead on the Titans. Vikings are beating the Bengals 17-0. Panthers are on top of the Falcons 10-0. And the Packers are leading the Browns 3-0. For those of you who have hopped in the stream, if you haven't, please hit the like and share the channel out. We are at, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. We have now hit the 377 sub mark. And if you could, our next goal is going to be 400. And the pitch, I missed one, is swung on and missed. The count is 1-1 on Austin Wells. Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Count is 1-2. If the Guardians take first place, is it the biggest collapse? It is certainly a huge one. Yankees did it to the Red Sox many, many years ago. They were down by 14 games in August, and when it was all said and done, Yankees won the AL East. And the count is 2-2. Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and the slider is fouled off. Count remains deuce. What color is your goose? And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed for strike three. That is the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Ryan McMahon. And Bradish sets and fires, and the curveball is up out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. Ryan McMahon is hitting .214 on the season, 19 home runs, 52 RBIs, and a .690 OPS. And Bradish sets. He fires, and the pitch is up out of the strike zone. Count is 2-0. And the pitch is on the way, and the slider is up out of the strike zone. Count is 3-0 on McMahon. And Bradish sets. And he fires, and that is a 4-pitch walk to McMahon as McMahon strips his gear off. Trent Grisham is coming up to bat. Grisham is 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out in the first. Bradish sets and fires, and Grisham waves at a curveball that was down low. Count is 0-1. Bradish sets and fires, and the next curveball is in the dirt, about a 58-footer. Beside does a nice job of blocking the pitch. And the count goes to 1-1. And Bradish sets. And he makes a pickoff attempt at McMahon. McMahon is backhand standing up. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and Grisham hammers this one foul down the right field line. Count is going to go to 1-2. And Bradish sets, fires, and Grisham swings at a curveball out of the strike zone. And that is going to be the second out of the inning. All rise. The judges in the chambers. Judge is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in the first. Bradish sets, and the ball is lined to center field. Cowser is there, doesn't have to make a step, and that is going to be the third out of the inning. Yankees strand a runner on base. Heading to the bottom of the third, Mayo, Carlson, and Holiday will be coming up to bat. And for those of you who have hopped into our stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing, especially if you like quality content, play-by-plays, open panels on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and periodic challenging questions in the form of a video segment. If you answer the question, I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. I want to appreciate everyone taking time to watch and listen to the play-by-play on their busy Sunday afternoon. You guys are the reason that I do what I do. So how are we feeling about today's game? Chat's fairly quiet today. And Schlitler sets. First pitch is on the way, and it is bounced to McMahon. McMahon fires across the diamond to Rice to record the first out of the inning. One pitch and one out. Gotta love it when you see it for the O's. Coming up to bat is Dylan Carlson. And the first pitch is on the way, and he paints the top of the strike zone for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is just off the plate. 97-mile-an-hour four-seamer. Count is 1-1. Carlson is hitting .208 on the season, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs, and a .622 OPS. And Schlitler sets, fires, and the curveball is grounded to Jazz. Jazz picks it and flips it to Rice for the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Jackson Holliday. He is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in the first. And Schlitler sets. First pitch is on the way, and it is a four-seamer up out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is off the plate. Count is now 2-1. Thanks. 3-zip. Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and the curveball is swung on and missed. Count is now deuce deuce. What color is your goose? Schlitler sets, fires, and the pitch is a high fly ball to left field. DeBig is tracking it and makes the play for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it for the Orioles. Another 1-2-3 for Schlitler. Coming up to bat in the top of 4 is going to be Bellinger, Rice, and Dominguez. And I will be back in just a sec. And let's see. What does our Major League scoreboard hold for us right now? In the bottom of the 4th, the Braves lead the Tigers 2-0. In the top of the 3rd, the Pirates lead the Athletics 4-0. As you know, heading into the top of 4, we are locked up at zeros. The Cubs and the Reds still remain in a rain delay. In the bottom of the 3rd, the Nationals now have a 3-0 lead on the Mets. In the top of the 1st, the Guardians have a 1-0 lead on the Twins. In the bottom of the 1st, the Royals and the Blue Jays are at zeros, as are the Padres and the White Sox. And the first pitch to Bellinger is a curveball in there for call, strike 1. Cody is 0 for 1 on the day with a line out in the 1st. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and the curveball bounces in the dirt. Count is evened at 1-1. And Bradish sets, fires, and the four-seamer is up out of the strike zone. Count is 2-1. And Bradish sets. Four-seamer is right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike 2. Count is evened at deuce. And Bradish sets, fires, and Bellinger fouls this one straight back. Count is going to remain 2-2. Hey, baseball, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. And Bradish sets, fires, and this one is chop foul down the third base line. Count is going to remain 2-2. Bradish is at 42 pitches in the game. And the pitch is chop foul. Count remains 2-2 as we head to the 8th pitch of the at bat. And Bradish sets, fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Going to pitch number 9. And the pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3. And Bellinger goes down on strikes. Ben Rice is up to bat. First pitch is on the way, and the sinker is down low. Count is 1-0. And the pitch is a towering fly ball to left field. Carlson is tracking it, and he makes the play for the second out. Coming up to bat is Jason Dominguez. He is 0 for 1 on the day.
Did you see my text? Nana called her mother and told her to come get her. Well, I'm sitting there waiting at the church.
And the pitch is swung on and missed. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. And Bradish sets and fires, and the pitch is in the dirt. Count is 1-2. And the pitch is on the way, and Dominguez swings and misses for the strikeout. And that is going to do it for the Yankees. That is Bradish's 6th strikeout of the night or the afternoon. Coming up to bat for the Orioles is Beavers, Henderson, and Mountcastle. And Schlitler sets. And the pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-0. And the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. Schlitler sets and fires, and the pitch is fouled straight back. Count is 1-2. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is off the plate. Count is now evened at 2-2. Schlitler sets, fires, and the ball is chopped foul. Count is going to remain 2-2. Pitch is off the plate. Count is now full. Beavers is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Pitch is on the way, and the ball is a line drive to right field. Bellinger is on the run. He tracks it and makes the play just before the warning track. And that is the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Gunnar Henderson. He is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Schlitler sets and fires, and the first pitch is out of the strike zone. Schlitler sets and fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Schlitler sets, fires, and the pitch is a curveball down low. Count is 2-1. And Schlitler sets, fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Count is going to go to 2-2. And the pitch is down in the dirt. Count is now full, 3-2. Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is hammered to left field. Dominguez is going to come on and make the play for the second out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Ryan Mountcastle. He is Schlitler sets, and the pitch is just a bit low and outside. Count is 1-0. Schlitler sets, fires, and the four-seamer is just off the plate. Count is 2-0. And the curveball is in there. Fouled off. Count is 2-1. And the pitch is on the way, and he paints the outside corner for call. Strike two. Count is deuce. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way. Mountcastle swings and misses. And that is going to be strike three. And that is the sixth strikeout for Schlitler. At the end of four, the score is 0-0. Coming up to bat in the top of fifth is going to be Chisholm, Caballero, and Wells. And we're going to go to the scoreboard around the major leagues. Braves now lead the Tigers 3-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Pirates lead the Athletics 4-0 in the top of four. As you know here, going to the top of five, the Yankees and Orioles have zeros. Cubs and the Reds are still in a rain delay. In the top of the fourth, the Nationals lead the Mets 3-1. In the top of the second, Guardians lead the Twins 2-0. In the top of the second, the Blue Jays lead the Royals 3-0. Bad for us. In the bottom of the second, the Padres lead the White Sox 2-0. In the top of the second, the Cardinals and the Brewers are locked up at zeros, as is the Marlins and the Rangers. That is our active scoreboard for the major leagues right now. And we'll head to the NFL scoreboard. Steelers lead the Patriots 14-7. Buccaneers lead the Jets 20-6. Commanders lead the Raiders 20-10. Jaguars lead the Texans 7-3. Rams lead the Eagles 19-7. Colts lead the Titans 20-6. Vikings lead the Bengals 31-3. Panthers lead the Falcons 10-0. And the Packers are leading the Browns 3-0. And that is your NFL scoreboard for the day. For those of you that are here, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. Bradish sets, and the first pitch is a towering foul ball, and that's foul. Count is 0-1. Jazz is 0-1 on the day with a strikeout in the second. Bradish sets, pitch is on the way, and Jazz fouls this one off. Count is now 0-2. And Bradish sets, fires, and Jazz hammers this one foul into the right field stands. Count is 0-2. Bradish sets, fires, and the pitch is up and out of the strike zone. Count is deuce. What color is your goose? Bradish sets, fires, and the slider is making Jazz dance. Count is now 2-2. Deuce, deuce, what color is your goose? Bradish sets, fires, and Jazz swings at a pitch completely out of the strike zone. That is Jazz's second strikeout of the day. Coming up to bat is Jose Caballero. Bradish is at 58 pitches. And Bradish sets. And the slider is in there for call, strike one. Caballero is 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the second. And Bradish sets, fires, and the pitch is hit foul. Count is now 0-2 on Caballero. Bradish sets, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike three. And that is going to be the second strikeout of the inning. That's Bradish's 8th strikeout of the day. Coming up to bat is Austin Wells. He is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout. Bradish sets, fires, and the pitch is a towering pop fly. Henderson is tracking it and is going to make the play in shallow left field, and that is going to do it for the Yankees in the top of the fifth. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the fifth is Basayo, Jackson, and Cowser. And for those of you that are here, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. Hey, Rick, how you doing? Well, Jake, we'll just see what we see. For those of you that have hopped on the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. And the pitch is hammered to right field, and that one is out of here. Basayo hits a solo shot home run against Schlitler. That one left his bat at 104.8 miles an hour and traveled 420 feet. And the first pitch is in there to Jackson for call, strike one. Count is 0-1. Jackson is 1-for-1 on the day with a double. Schlitler sets, fires, and the pitch is down low. Count is 1-1. Schlitler sets, and the pitch is a shallow fly ball. Jazz is running out there, and he makes the play in middle center field. That is the first out of the game, or the inning. And Schlitler sets. First pitch to Kaiser is a curveball down low. Count is 1-0. Glad to see, Jake, that you give up so easily on the team. And the pitch is up out of the strike zone. Count is 2-0. And Schlitler sets. Fires, and the pitch is down there for call, strike one. Count is 2-1. Schlitler sets and fires, and the pitch is foul tipped. Count is evened at deuce. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is up out of the strike zone. Count is now 3-2. And Schlitler sets. Fires, and the pitch is way out of the strike zone. Count is now, or that is now ball four. Kaiser strips his gear and heads to the first base. Looks like there's a mound visit going on as Mayo is coming up to bat. He is 0-for-1 on the day with a ground out in the third. So Blake is out on the mound talking with Schlitler. And we'll hit the Major League scoreboard. Braves lead the Tigers 3-0 in the top of six. In the bottom of the fourth, Pirates lead the Athletics 7-0. In this game, the Orioles have a 1-0 lead over the Yankees. Nationals have a 3-1 lead over the Mets in the bottom of the fourth. Guardians have a 2-0 lead on the Twins in the top of the third. Brewers and the Cardinals are at zeros, as are the Marlins and the Rangers. Padres have a 3-0 lead on the White Sox, and the Blue Jays have a 3-0 lead on the Royals. And that's your Major League scoreboard. First pitch is on the way, and it is in there for call, strike one. And the pitch is on the way, and the cutter is up high. Count is evened at 1-1. And the pitch is all the way, and the ball is hit up in the air in shallow right field. Bellinger is closing on it and makes the play for the second out. Coming up to bat is Dylan Carlson. He is 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out in the third. Schlitler sets, and he makes a pickoff attempt at first. Kowser is back in head first. And Schlittler sets. Pitches all the way, and it is foul tipped. Kowser was stealing, so he'll be heading back to first. Schlitler sets. Pitch is up and away. Count is 1-1. And Schlitler sets. And he makes another pickoff attempt. Second disengagement for Schlitler on this at bat. And the pitch is all the way. And there's a snap throw to first by Wells. Kowser is back in time. Count is 2-1. And Schlitler sets. Pitch is off the plate.
Don't want it.
Count is now 3-1. And the rotor goes. The strike. And Kowser. I don't know about that. Kowser takes off and looks like he is going to. Hey, D-Rod, how you doing, brother? So the Orioles have a runner at second with 2 outs. Count is full at 3-2. Schlitler sets, fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Count is going to remain 3-2. And for those of you that are here, if you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. Schlitler sets, fires, and the pitch is once again fouled off. Count is going to remain 3-2 as we head to the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Schlitler sets. Pitch is on the way, and the ball is a fly ball to center field. Grisham is there and is tracking it, makes the play for the third out of the inning, but not before the Orioles get on the board with a solo shot home run by Basayo. Orioles have a 1-0 lead heading to the top of the sixth. Coming up to bat for the Yankees in the top of the sixth is going to be McMahon, Grisham, and Judge. And let's take a look at our NFL scoreboard. In the Steelers have a 14-7 lead on the Patriots. Buccaneers now lead the Jets 20-6. Commanders lead the Raiders 20-10. Jaguars lead the Texans 7-3. Rams now lead the Eagles 26-14. Colts lead the Titans 27-6. Vikings lead the Bengals 34-3. Panthers now lead the Falcons 17-0. And the Packers have a 10-0 lead on the Browns. That is your NFL scoreboard up to the minute. Now let's take a look at the MLB scoreboard. In the top of the sixth, Braves lead the Tigers 3-0. Top of the fifth, the Pirates lead the Athletics 7-0. Top of the sixth, the Orioles lead the Yankees 1-0. In the bottom of the first, the Cubs and the Reds are at zeros. In the top of the fifth, the Nationals lead the Mets 3-1. And in the top of the third, Guardians lead the Twins 2-0. Bottom of the third, the Jays lead the Royals 3-0. Bottom of the third, the Padres lead the White Sox 3-0. In the top of the third, it is 0-0, Brewers and the Cardinals. Same thing with the Marlins and the Rangers. And that is our active Major League scoreboard. Bradish sets and he fires, and the sinker is called. Strike one on McMahon. Hi, Celia. And the pitch is down low. Count is 1-1. I don't know how you can make that call, Celia. We're in the sixth inning. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is up out of the strike zone. Count is now 2-1. Bradish sets and fires, and the pitch paints the top of the strike zone. Count is now 2-2. In McMahon's first at-bat, he walked. Bradish sets, fires, and the pitch is in there for call, strike three. That is Bradish's ninth strikeout of the afternoon. Coming up to bat is Trent Grisham. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and Grisham fouls it off. Count is 0-1. Grisham is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is up out of the strike zone. Count is 1-1. And Bradish sets and fires, and the sinker is down low. Count is now 2-1. And Bradish sets, fires, and the pitch is down low. Count is now 3-1 on Grisham. Bradish sets, and he fires, and the pitch paints the top of the strike zone. Count is now full, 3-2. And Bradish sets. Pitch is out of the way, and it is fouled off. Count is going to remain 3-2. Bradish is at 73 pitches. And Bradish sets. And he fires, and the pitch is way off the plate. And that is a walk for Grisham. So as he strips his gear off and heads to first base, the captain is coming up to bat. Judge is 0 for 2 on the day with a line out and a strikeout. Bradish sets, and the pitch paints the inside of the strike zone. Count is 0-1. Bradish sets, and he fires, and the pitch is down in the dirt. Count is evened out, 1-1. Schlitler's pitch count, I think, is in the 70s. Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and he hits Judge. As Judge strips his gear off and heads to first, Grisham heads to second. Cody Bellinger will come up to bat. So at the top of the sixth, Yankees have runners at first and second with one out. Cody Bellinger is coming up to bat. Bradish sets, checks on the runner at second, and the pitch is down low. Count is 1-0. Bellinger is 0 for 2 on the day with a line out and a. Bellinger is 0 for 2 with a line out and a strikeout. Bellinger lines the ball to Henderson. He flips the ball to second. Looks like Grisham is in there safe. And that is the second out. Coming up to bat is Ben Rice. And the first pitch is on the way, and the curveball is down low. Count is 1-0. Looks like they've got some activity. Enns is warming up in the bullpen for the Orioles. And the pitch is a slider in there for call, strike one. Count is 1-1. Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and the ball is chopped foul by Rice. Count is 1-2. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low. Count is evened at 2-2. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is a line drive into left field. It is a base hit, and rounding third and coming home is Grisham. Carlson bobbled the ball a bit, and it allowed Grisham to score without a throw. So the score is now 1-1, 2 outs, and Jason Dominguez is coming up to bat. That's Rice's second hit of the day. And it looks like the pitching coach is out on the mound. Bradish is at 84 pitches. His high mark on the season since coming back from Tommy John is 88. Dominguez is 0 for 2 on the day with a flyout and a strikeout. And Bradish sets and fires, and the pitch is down low. Count is 1-0. Bradish sets and fires, and he paints the bottom of the strike zone for call, strike one. Count is 1-1. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low and in the dirt. Count is 2-1 on Dominguez. And the pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Count is going to be even at 2-2. Yankees have runners at first and second with 2 outs. 2-2 count. The go-ahead run is at second base in the form of Aaron Judge. And Bradish sets. And the pitch is in the dirt. Count is now full, 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs. The runners are going to get a jump on this. Hey, Alan, welcome to the stream. And Bradish sets. And Dominguez chops this one foul. Bradish is at 90 pitches. And Bradish sets. Pitch is on the way, and this is driven out to left center field. On the run is Carlson, and he is going to make a running play on the warning track for the third out. Great play by Carlson, and that keeps the game tied. So coming up in the bottom of the sixth for the Orioles is going to be Holiday, Beavers, and Henderson. They are combined 0 for 6 on the day with 3 strikeouts. And for those of you who have hopped in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. No problem, Alan. In our Major League scoreboard, in the bottom of the sixth, Braves lead the Tigers 3-0. In the bottom of the fifth, the Pirates are hammering the Athletics 10-0. As you know, in our game, heading to the bottom of the sixth, the score is tied 1-1. In the bottom of the second, the Cubs and Reds are locked up at zeros. In the top of the sixth, the Nationals lead the Mets 3-1. In the bottom of the fourth, the Guardians lead the Twins 2-1. In the bottom of the fourth, the Blue Jays lead the Royals 3-0. In the top of the fifth, the Padres lead the White Sox 3-0. In the top of the fourth, the Cardinals lead the Brewers 2-0. In the top of the third, the Rangers and the Marlins are locked up at zeros. In the top of the first, the Angels are leading the Rockies 1-0. And that is our active Major League scoreboard for the day. And let's see, we can hop over to the NFL scoreboard. In the fourth quarter, the Steelers and the Patriots are locked up at 14 apiece. Bucks lead the Jets 23-6. Commanders lead the Raiders 27-10. Jaguars lead the Texans 10-3. Rams are leading the Eagles 26-21. Colts are leading the Titans 34-13. Vikings are leading the Bengals 34-3. Panthers lead the Falcons 20-0. Packers lead the Browns 10-0. And Schlitler sets, and he fires, and the pitch is lined into left field. So Holiday gets a single. And an update to the Major League scoreboard. The Royals have scored 2 runs in the bottom of the third or fourth. So the score is now 3-2 Blue Jays. And the first pitch from Schlitler to Beavers is a curveball inside low. Count is 1-0. Looks like Cruz and Hill are warming up in the bullpen. And the pitch is in there for call. Strike one. Count is now 2-1. Actually, it's 1-1. Excuse me. Yeah, I just reported that one, John. Schlitler sets and fires, and the pitch is paints the outside corner. Count is 1-2. And Schlitler sets. And he makes a pickoff attempt. Holiday is in there head first, safe. And Schlitler sets. And the pitch is grounded to Jazz. Jazz is going to flip it to second, and they're going to get one, and that is it. So the force out is the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Gunnar Henderson. And Aaron Boone is going to pull Schlitler after 5 1/3. Tim Hill is coming into the game. When we return, there is a runner at first with one out. Gunnar Henderson is coming up to bat. Yeah, Jonathan. Yep, Rudder is at first. Runner at first with one out. Henderson coming up to bat, and Tim Hill is on his way in. And for those of you that have hopped into the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. Well, Celia, Hill has an incredible number when it comes to leaving runners that he inherits on base. Does a real great job at it. And Hill sets. First pitch is inside and low. Count is 1-0 to Henderson. Henderson is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a line out. Hill sets and fires, and the ball is popped to left field. Dominguez is tracking it and makes the play for the second out of the inning. And the pitch is on the way, and it is a sinker off the plate. Count is 1-0. Mountcastle is 0 for 2 on the day with a lineout and a strikeout. Hill sets and fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Count is evened at 1-1. And Hill sets, and he fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 1-2. Hill sets and fires, and the sinker is down low and away. Count is evened at 2-2. And Hill sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3, and that is going to do it for the Orioles in the bottom of the 6th. Coming up to bat for the Yankees in the top of the 7th is going to be Chisholm, Caballero, and Wells. And for those of you who have hopped in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. Around the Major League scoreboard, in the top of the 7th, Braves lead the Tigers 3-0. Pirates lead the Athletics in the top of 6, 10-0. As you know, in this game, going to the top of 7, Yankees and Orioles are locked up at 1 apiece. In the top of the 3rd, the Cubs and the Reds are locked up at 0s. In the bottom of the 6th, the Nationals lead the Mets 3-2. In the top of the 5th, the Guardians lead the Twins 2-1. In the top of the 5th, the Blue Jays lead the Royals 3-2. Also in the top of the 5th, Padres lead the White Sox 3-0. And the bottom of the 4th, Cardinals lead the Brewers 4-0. In the top of the 3rd, the Mariners and the Marlins and the Rangers are tied at donuts. In the bottom of the 1st, the Angels lead the Rockies 1-0. And on your NFL scoreboard, Patriots and Steelers are tied at 14. Buccaneers lead the Jets 23-6. Commanders lead the Raiders 34-10. Jaguars lead the Texans 10-3. Rams lead the Eagles 26-21. Colts lead the Titans 34-13. Vikings now lead the Bengals 41-3. And the Panthers lead the Falcons 26-0. Packers are leading the Browns 10-0. And it looks like Dietrich Enns is coming in to take the bump. Jazz Chisholm is up to bat. He is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And sets and fires, and the pitch is down low. Count is 1-0. And then sets and fires, and the pitch is a changeup that catches the bottom of the strike zone. Count is 1-1. And sets and fires, and the pitch is fouled off. Count is 1-2. And sets, and he fires, and the pitch is fouled back. Count is going to remain 1-2. and sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low for ball 2. Count is now 2-2. And sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3. And Jazz now is the proud owner of a hat trick with his 3rd strikeout of the night or the afternoon. Coming up to bat is Jose Caballero. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout. And sets, fires, and the pitch is inside to Caballero. Count is 1-0. And sets and fires, and the changeup is right down the heart of Broadway. Count is evened out 1-1. And sets and fires, and the pitch is inside. Count is now 2-1. Chat's awfully quiet. Come on, guys. Let's hear some chatter. And Caballero drops a bunt, and it is thrown into right field. Caballero is heading to second, and Caballero is going to be at second with a bunt single and an E5. So the Yankees have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And the Orioles coach is arguing about the Caballero running down the baseline. Don't know why the hell it would make a difference. Umpires confer. And it looks like Wells is being called back. Looks like Goldschmidt is pinch hitting. Goldie is hitting .279 on the season, 10 home runs, 44 RBIs, and a 745 OPS. Ends checks on the runner at second. And the pitch is on the way, and it is down low for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Goldie is hitting .352 against left-handed pitching. And turns and makes a pickoff attempt on Caballero. First disengagement. And sets, fires, and the pitch is right down the heart of Broadway. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is swung on and fouled off. Count is 1-2. Yankees have a runner at second with one out. The score is tied in the bottom of the seventh, 1-1. Paul Goldschmidt is up to bat. Count is 1-2 on Goldie. Dietrich Enns is on the mound. Checks on Caballero. Sets, and the pitch is grounded to Henderson. Henderson fields it cleanly and shoots it across the diamond for the second out of the inning. And it looks like big Giancarlo Stanton is coming in to pinch hit for Ryan McMahon. And they're going to intentionally walk Stanton. And looks like Anthony Volpe is coming in to pinch run for and Grisham steps up the plate. And the pitch is out of the way. The cutter is off the plate. Count is 1-0. In the bottom of the seventh, the Yankees and the Orioles are tied at one apiece. Yankees have runners at first and second with two outs. Count is 1-0 on Grisham. And the pitch is on the way. It's swung on and missed. Count is even 1-1. And the pitch is all the way, and it catches the outside corner for call, strike two. And sets, fires, and Grisham swings on and misses the pitch for strike three. And that's going to do it for the Yankees. There are no runs, a hit, an error, two runners left on base. Coming up in the bottom of the seventh is going to be Basayo, Jackson, and Cowser. And John, foul territory with former and current major league players. They say Cashman's analytics department makes all decisions for Boone before game time. Honestly, I have no opinion about that one way or another. I'm quite sure that other major league teams run exactly the same way. Eric Kratz and Todd Frazier. Okay. And for those of you that have hopped in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And let's see, they're in a rain delay in the Braves and Tigers game. Braves lead 3-0. In the top of the seventh, the Pirates lead the Athletics 10-0. As you know, going to the bottom of the seventh, this game is tied up at 1 apiece. In the top of the fourth, the Reds have gone on to take a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. In the top of the seventh, the Nationals lead the Mets 3-2. Bottom of the fifth, the Guardians lead the Twins 2-0 or 2-1. In the top of the fifth, the Jays have jumped out to a 6-2 lead. In the bottom of the sixth, the Padres lead the White Sox 3-0. In the bottom of the fifth, the Cardinals lead the Brewers 4-1. In the top of the fourth, the Marlins lead the Rangers 1-0. And in the bottom of the second, the Angels lead the Rockies 1-0. And that is our current Major League scoreboard. In the NFL, the Steelers and Patriots are tied up at 14. The Buccaneers lead the Jets 23-13. Commanders lead the Raiders 34-16. The Jaguars lead the Texans 10-3. Tim Hill is out for his second inning of work. The first pitch is grounded to Volpe. Volpe fires to Goldie. One pitch and one out. Hey, Dover, welcome to the stream, or Daver. And it looks like Boone is signaling to the bullpen. Looks like Fernando Cruz is coming in. As I said before, the Jaguars lead the Texans 10-3. The Rabs are leading the Eagles 26-21. Titans are the Colts are beating the Titans 34-20. Vikings now have a 48-3 lead over the Bengals. Panthers lead the Falcons 27-0. And the Packers lead the Browns 10-3. All games are in the fourth quarter at some different point, and I'll give you an update as available. And for those of you hopping into the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. And Jackson is coming up to bat. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a double. And in the Patriots-Steelers game, Rodgers just throws a 30-yard pass for a touchdown. Ed Cruz sets, pitches out of the way, and it is down low for ball one. Count is 1-0. And Cruz sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low for ball 2. Count is 2-0. Cruz sets, fires, and the pitch is low and inside. Count is 3-0. Cruz sets and fires, and the pitch is right down the heart of Broadway for a call. Strike 1. Count is 3-1. Major League scoreboard update. In the Blue Jays Royals game, they have closed the lead to 6-4. Cruz sets and fires, and the pitch is down low for ball 4. Kaiser's coming up to bat. He has 0 for 1 on the day with a walk and a stolen base. And it looks like Vasquez is coming in to pinch runs for Jackson. The batter that they're pinch running for isn't Austin. It was Jeremiah Jackson, different one. And the first pitch is on the way, and the sinker, I think, catches the outside corner, but it is called ball 1. Count is 1-0. Luke Weaver is warming up in the pen. Cruz sets and fires, and the pitch is inside. Count is 2-0. And the pitch is on the way. Kaiser shows bunt, and it is called strike 1. Count is 2-1. And Cruz sets and fires, and the splitter is swung on and missed. Count is evened at 2-2. And Cruz sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is in the dirt. Kaiser checks his swing. So the count is now 3-2. And Cruz sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. And that is the second out. Coming up to bat is Mayo. And the first pitch is in the dirt. Good pick by Rice. Count is 1-0. And the pitch is on the way. And this one is chop foul. Count is evened at 1-1. Cruz sets, fires, and the pitch is waved at for call. Strike two. Count is 1-2. Just for you, Sean. And Cruz sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is blooped into right field. Bellinger is going to throw the ball in. Vasquez is going to advance to third. So the Orioles have runners at first and third with 2 outs. Coming up to bat is Dylan Carlson. That was a cue shot off the end of the bat. And it looks like Boone is coming out to put the hook on Cruz. Looks like Weaver is coming into the game. And for those of you who have hopped into the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. Hey, Joe, welcome to the stream. Glad to see that you have brought your positivity here to the stream as usual. Thank you. And Weaver is going to be facing Carlson. So, Joe, what you're telling me is that the Yankees have never won in the Camden Yards on a Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon game. I'm waving the bullshit flag on that one. And Weaver sets. First pitch is going to paint the inside corner. Call strike one. Count is 0-1. And the pitch is down low. Count is evened at 1-1. And Weaver sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung through and missed. Count is 1-2. And Weaver steps off the mound to reset himself. And Weaver sets. Pitch is on the way, and this one is foul down the third base line. Count is going to remain 1-2. Hey, Courtney, welcome to the stream. And the pitch is inside. And Mayo steals second base, uncontested. Orioles now have runners at second and third with 2 outs. Count is 2-2. What color's your goose? And Weaver sets. Pitch is on the way, and the changeup is down low. Count is now full, 3-2. And Weaver sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is way inside. That is ball 4, and the Orioles are going to have the bases juiced full of Orioles with 2 outs. Jackson Holiday is coming up to bat. He is 1 for 3 on the afternoon with a single in the 6th. And Weaver sets. First pitch is on the way, and it is fouled back. Count is 0-1. Hey, Nick, welcome back to the stream. And the pitch is on the way, and that one is fouled off. Count is 0-2. And Weaver sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low. Count is 1-2. And Weaver sets, fires, and the pitch is chopped to first base. Goldie is going to field it cleanly and flip to Weaver for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it for the Orioles in the bottom of the 7th. Coming up to bat is going to be Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, and Ben Rice. And going over our Major League scoreboard, the Braves and Tigers are still in a delay, but the Braves lead the Tigers 3-0. In the top of the eighth, the Pirates lead the Athletics 10-0. As you know, going to the top of the eighth, our game is tied at 1-up. In the top of the fifth, the Reds lead the Mets 1-0, or the Cubs 1-0. In the top of the eighth, the Nationals lead the Mets 3-2. In the bottom of the sixth, the Twins have taken the lead over the Guardians 3-2. The Royals have closed the distance to the Jays. The score is now 6-5 Jays. In the top of the seventh, Padres lead the White Sox 3-0. In the bottom of the sixth, the Cardinals lead the Brewers 4-1. In the top of the fourth, Marlins lead the Rangers 2-0. And in the bottom of the third, the Angels and the Rockies are locked up at 1 apiece. And that is our active Major League scoreboard for today. We'll head to the NFL scoreboard and see what we have. The Steelers have taken a 21-14 lead over the Patriots. Buccaneers lead the Jets 26-13. Commanders lead the Raiders 34-16. Texans and the Jaguars are tied up at 10 apiece. The Eagles and the Rams, actually, they just had a scoring play. The Eagles have taken a 27-26 lead over the Rams. The Colts are leading the Titans 41-20. Vikings lead the Bengals 48-10. Panthers lead the Falcons 30-0. The Packers and the Browns are tied up at 10 apiece. And that is your NFL scoreboard at the present moment. And the first pitch to Judge is hammered to center field. Kowser is closing on it, and he is going to make the play for the first out. Rico Garcia is taking over for ends. And for those of you who have hopped into the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. Your support is most appreciated. Cody Bellinger is up to bat, and the first pitch is a curveball down low for ball one. Count is 1-0, and it looks like Devin Williams is warming up in the pen. And the next pitch is on the way. It is down low. Count is 2-0. Belly is 0 for 3 on the day with 2 lineups and a strikeout. Garcia sets. Pitch is on the way, and Bellinger hammers this one foul down the right field line. Count is 2-1. And Garcia sets. Pitch is on the way, and he paints the bottom of the strike zone for call, strike 2. Count is 2-2. And Garcia sets. Pitch is on the way, and Bellinger waves at it for strike 3. Coming up to bat is Ben Rice, 2 for 3 on the afternoon, with a pair of singles and an RBI. And Garcia sets and fires, and the pitch is up out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. And Garcia sets, and the pitch is fouled right back into the umpire. Count is evened out 1-1. So Rice got a 2-for-1. He nailed the catcher and the umpire. And the pitch is on the way, and Rice hits this one foul. Count is now 1-2. And Garcia sets. And the pitch is hammered into right field. This one is going to go off the wall. And Beavers is not going to make the play. And Rice is going to be in there with a stand-up double. That is Rice's third hit of the game. And the pitch is chopped by Dominguez to Henderson. He's going to field and fire. And he is going to throw Mayo out. Or throw to Mayo. Dominguez is pointing to the dugout. He thinks he was safe. And they are saying that they're going to challenge this one. This one's close. I don't know. I think he's safe. And for those of you, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And after review, the call on the field is overturned and the runner is safe. So the Yankees are going to have runners at first and third with 2 outs. And looks like they have a mound visit. Jazz Chisholm is coming up to bat. He is the proud owner of a hat trick with 3 strikeouts today. Jazz, we need a base hit, not a home run, just a hit. And for those of you hopping in the stream, we are in the top of the 8th. The score is tied 1-1. Yankees have runners at first and third with 2 outs. Jazz Chisholm is coming up to bat. Jazz is 0 for 3 on the day with a hat trick. Rico Garcia is on the mound. And the first pitch is down in the dirt. It bounces away from Basayo, and Dominguez is going to walk to second. So the Yankees now have runners at second and third with 2 outs. And Garcia sets, fires, and the pitch is down low. Count is 2-0. There's no way that they're not intentionally walking Jazz to get to Caballero. Yep, they just held up 4 fingers to put Jazz on base. Caballero is coming up to bat. Cabby is 1 for 3 on the day with a bunt single. And Caballero grounds this one to Westberg or Jackson. He's going to step on the bag to record the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it for the Yankees. Yankees leave the bases loaded like the Orioles did last inning. Coming up to bat in the bottom of the 8th is going to be Beavers, Henderson, and Mountcastle. And I will be back in just a sec. Nice. And I am back. And Devin Williams is coming into the game. First pitch is in there for call, strike 1. Nice 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Paints the inside corner. Beavers is 0 for 3 on the day. And the pitch is fouled off. Count is 0-2. And the pitch is right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike 3. Henderson is up to bat. And the first pitch is a changeup in there for call. Strike one. Count is 0-1. And the next pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 0-2. And Williams sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Count is going to remain 0-2. And Williams sets. Hey, John, welcome back. Pitch is down low. Count is 1-2. And Williams sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed for strike three. Coming up to bat is Ryan Mountcastle. He is 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. And the first pitch is on the way. It is off the plate. Count is 1-0. And the pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed. Count is 1-1. Williams sets, fires, and the changeup is in there for call. Strike two. Count is 1-2. And Williams sets. He fires, and the changeup bounces in the dirt. Count is evened at deuce. What color is your goose? And Williams sets. And he fires, and the changeup is down in the dirt. Count is now full, 3-2. And Williams sets and fires, and it is swung on and missed for strike three. And that is going to do it for the Orioles in the bottom of the eighth. On his 31st birthday, Williams strikes out the side. Coming up to bat for the Yankees in the top of the ninth is Goldschmidt, Volpe, and Grisham. And let's take a look at the NFL scoreboard first. The Steelers have defeated the Patriots 21-14. Buccaneers have a 26-20 lead on the Jets. The Commanders are leading the Raiders 34-24. Jaguars and Texans are tied at 10 with 2 minutes left. The Eagles have beaten the Rams 33-26. The Jaguars have beaten the Texans 17-10. The Colts have beaten the Titans 41-20. Vikings have defeated the Bengals 48-10. Panthers beat the Falcons 30-0. The Browns have a last-second comeback and beat the Packers 13-10. In the first quarter, the Seahawks lead the Saints 7-0. And the Chargers lead the Broncos in the first quarter 3-0. And those are the games that have started at this point. Looks like Cade Stroud will be coming in to replace Rico Garcia. And it looks like Bednar is warming up in the bullpen. Goldschmidt is 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out in the 7th when he came on to pitch hit. Stroud sets, and the pitch is foul, tipped into the glove of Basayo. Count is 0-1. Stroud sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is going to catch the inside portion of the plate for call. Strike 2. Count is 0-2 on Goldie. And Stroud sets. Pitch is way inside. Count is 1-2. For those of you that have just joined the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. Stroud sets, and he fires, and the pitch is a sweeper inside. Count is 2-2. Stroud sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed by Goldschmidt. That is the first out of the inning. Coming up to bat is Anthony Volpe. He's taking his first at bat. Stroud sets. First pitch is on the way, and it is down low to Volpe. Count is 1-0. Stroud sets, and Volpe swings on and misses. And Allen is calling a dinger for Volpe. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and Volpe fouls this one down the first base line. Count is now 1-2. And the pitch is swung on and missed by Volpe for strike 3. That is the second out and the second strikeout of the inning. Coming up to bat is Trent Grisham. 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts, a walk, and a run scored. First pitch is in there for call. Strike one. Count is 1-0. And Stroud sets. Pitch is on the way, and the cutter is off the plate. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is off the plate, but it is called a strike. Count is 1-2. And Stroud sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is down low. Count is evened at 2-2. Stroud sets, and this pitch is swung on and missed for strike three. And Stroud comes in and strikes out the side. As we head to the bottom of the ninth, the game is tied at 1 apiece. Basayo, Vasquez, and Cowser are coming up to bat. And with our Major League scoreboard, going to go over it real quick. In the bottom of the eighth, the Braves lead the Tigers 3-0. The Pirates have beaten the Athletics 11 to the bottom of the ninth. This game is tied at 1 apiece. In the top of the seventh, the Reds lead the Cubs 1-0. The Nationals have defeated the Mets 3-2. In the top of the eighth, the Twins have a 6-2 lead on the Guardians. In the top of the eighth, the Blue Jays lead the Royals 6-5. Top of the eighth, the Padres lead the White Sox 3-2. In the bottom of the eighth, the Cardinals lead the Brewers 4-1. Top of six, Marlins lead the Rangers 3-0. In the top of the sixth, the Rockies lead the Angels 2-1. In the bottom of the first, the Diamondbacks have taken a 1-0 lead on the Phillies. Top of two, Giants and the Dodgers are locked up at zeros. And that is our active Major League scoreboard as of now. For those of you that are here, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. Bednar is coming out to pitch. Ed Basayo is up to bat. First pitch is a curveball in there for call. Strike one. And the pitch is chopped to Jazz, who is going to flip it to Goldie for the first out of the inning. Westberg is coming up to bat, pinch hitting. And the first pitch from Bednar is on the way, and it is chopped foul into Rice's nether region. So he's standing up, getting a breath of fresh air. Count is 0-1 on Westberg. And the pitch is swung on and miss. Count is 2. Bednar sets, fires, and the pitch is just low. Count is 1-2. Bednar sets, and the pitch is skied to center field. Grisham is tracking it, is going to make the play just short of the warning track. That is the second out. Coming up to bat is Colton Cowser. 0 for 2 on the day with a base on balls and a pair of strikeouts. Stolen base. And the pitch is on the way. It is swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. Bednar sets and fires, and the pitch is out of the strike zone. Count is 1-1. And the pitch is on the way, and it is inside. Count is 2-1. Bednar sets and fires, and the curveball is up high. Count is now 3-1 on Cowser. And the Blue Jays have extended their lead 7-5 in the top of the eighth against the Royals. Bednar sets, fires, and the pitch is inside for ball 4. So that was Cowser's second walk of the day. Kobe Mayo is coming up to bat. Mayo has That is going to do it for the Orioles at the bottom of the ninth. We're going to head for extra frames. Judge, Bellinger, and Rice will be coming up to bat. And the Blue Jays have extended their lead 8-5 in the top of the eighth over the Royals. Yeah, it's the stream box that's muting me, but I think I did that one on purpose because my wife was in here asking me a couple of questions. The ghost runner at second should be Caballero. Yeah, this evening after the ball game, we're supposed to be going out to a movie for date night, and we'll be back just in time for the Chiefs and Giants game. Grisham made the final out? All right. Then Grisham is the ghost runner at second. And Stroud is going to be in there. And it looks like they're going to pitch the Judge and not intentionally walk him. Surprise, surprise. And the first pitch is on the way, and it is down low for ball one. Count is 1-0. And Stroud steps off the mound. Looks like Aiken is going to be coming in after the Judge at bat. And the pitch is a sweeper just off the plate. Count is 2-0. Stroud sets, fires, and the pitch is down low. Count is now 3-0 on the captain. And if I forgot to mention it, all rise. The Judge is in the chambers. Stroud sets, fires, and Judge swings at a pitch out of the strike zone. Count is 3-1. For those of you who've hopped in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button. Share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. And the pitch is on the way, and it is fouled off. Count is now 3-2 on the captain. And Stroud sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is down for ball four. And Judge is stripping his gear off to head to first base. And the Yankees are going to have runners at first and second with nobody out. Cody Bellinger coming up to bat. Bellinger is 0 for 4 on the afternoon with a pair of strikeouts. Looks like Keegan Aiken is coming in to replace Stroud. And I'll be back in half a click. La 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 la. It would be a good day for me if the Yankees won this game and the Chiefs come out and win their first game of the season. And for those of you who have hopped in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing to One and the Same. In our NFL scoreboard for the day, Steelers beat the Patriots 21-14. Buccaneers sneak past the Jets 29-27. Commanders crushed the Raiders 41-24. Jaguars managed to stay off the Texans, beat them 17-10. Eagles beat the Rams 33-26. Colts crushed the Titans 41-20. Vikings crushed the Bengals 48-10. Panthers annihilated the Falcons 30-0. Browns squeak past the Packers 13-10. And the first pitch from Aiken is down and away for a ball. Aiken checks at the runner at the second, and the pitch is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 2-0. Grisham is at second. Judge is at first. 2-0 count on Belly, and we're in the top of the 10th inning. And there is a line drive into left field. Grisham is going to be stopped at third, so the Yankees are going to have the bases juiced with nobody out in the top of the 10th. Ben Rice is coming up to bat. And Aiken sets and fires, and the first pitch is off the plate. Count is 1-0. Rice is 3 for 4 on the day, 2 singles, a double, and an RBI. Aiken sets, pitches on the way, and it paints the outside portion of the plate for call, strike one. You catching the Diamondbacks game?
No, not right now.
And Aiken sets, fires, and the pitch is squibbed down to third base. And it just misses the bag. It's foul, so the count is 1-2 on Rice. And Rice is back in the box. Aiken sets, and he fires, and this one is driven deep to right field. And this one is going, and gone. That is a grand slam for Ben Rice, clearing the bases, giving the Yankees a 5-1 lead. So this is the beginning of a great night for me. That is Rice's 24th homer. That left his bat at 110 miles an hour. So the grand salami for Ben Rice, and he is jumping with exuberance in the dugout as he's getting high fives from the team. But remember, we still have another half of the inning to get through to clean this one out. And Rice has driven in all 5 Yankee runs today. Coming up to bat is Austin Slater. First pitch is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. Schlitler is hitting .221 on the season, 5 home runs, 13 RBIs, and a .655 OPS. And Aiken sets, and he fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is now 2-0. Aiken sets, and the pitch is way out of the strike zone. Count is now 3-0. Aiken sets, and he fires, and the pitch is right down the heart of Broadway for call, strike one. Count is 3-1. Aiken sets, pitch is on the way, and this is foul, tipped into the glove of Basayo. Count is now full, 3-2. And Aiken sets, pitch is on the way, and this one is fouled off. Count is going to remain 3-2. And for those of you who have hopped in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And the 3-2 pitch is fouled off. Count remains full as we head to the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Aiken sets, fires, and Schlitler swings over the top of the pitch for strike 3, and that is going to do it for Schlitler. Coming up to bat is going to be Jazz Chisholm, 0 for 3 on the night with a hat trick and a base on balls. Ed Aiken sets and fires, and the pitch is up out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. And the pitch is driven deep. This one is going, and gone. Jazz extends our lead to 6-1. So that is number 31 for Jazz. Coming up to bat is going to be Jose Caballero. And it looks like Yarmil Geraldo is coming in to pitch. So where are all my buddies that were in here saying that the Yankees were going to get walked off and we're going to take the loss and we could scratch the division? Jazz is the most overrated 30-30 player. How is that so, D-Rod? Explain. Okay, he cost us two games a few days ago. So does that mean that he should be completely error-free? Because I don't know of any major league player that is. And Judge, the greatest ball player, one of the greatest ball players in our lifetime, helped cost us the 5th game of the World Series last year. Is he overrated as a hitter? I don't think so. And in the Major League scoreboard, in the top of the ninth, the Braves lead the Tigers 6-2. Pirates have beaten the Athletics 11-0. As you know, in this game, in the top of the 10th, the Yankees lead the Orioles 6-1. In the bottom of the 8th, the Reds lead the Cubs 1-0. The Nationals have defeated the Mets 3-2. The Twins have defeated the Guardians 6-2. In the bottom of the 9th, the Blue Jays lead the Royals 8-5. In the top of the 9th, the Padres lead the White Sox 3-2. Geraldo sets and he fires, and the first pitch is called. Strike one to Caballero. Count is 0-1. And the pitch is down low. Count is 1-1. And the 1-1 is on the way, and the pitch is driven into center field. Cowser is running, and this one is going to be off the wall. Caballero is going to be at second with a stand-up double. And that is Caballero's second hit of the afternoon. Goldschmidt is up to bat. First pitch is on the way, and it is up and out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. Hey, Dick, welcome to the stream. And Geraldo sets, fires, and the pitch is inside. Count is 2-0 on Goldie. For those of you who have hopped in the stream, if you could, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And Geraldo sets, fires, and the pitch is in the dirt. Nick, I'm doing great. Count is 3-0. And the pitch is inside for ball 4, and Goldschmidt is going to strip his gear off and head to first base. The Yankees are sending their ninth batter up to the plate. Volpe is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in the ninth. He came in as a pinch runner for Giancarlo Stanton. And Geraldo sets, pitches on the way, and Volpe grounds it through the infield. And Caballero is rounding third, and he is going to score easily. And it is now 7-1 Yankees. Yankees are going to have runners at first and second with 1 out. Count is deuce, deuce. Gerardo sets, and the pitch is swung and missed. He chased the pitch way out of the strike zone. That is the second out of the inning. And the captain is coming up to bat. Do you hear me now? And Gerardo sets, fires, and the first pitch is just off the plate. Count is 1-0. And Gerardo sets, fires, and this one is a pop up. Mayo is tracking it, and he is going to make the play in fair territory for the final out, but not before the Yankees put a 6 spot up in the top of the 10th. Coming up to bat is going to be Carlson, Holiday, and Beavers. And if you have just joined the stream, the Yankees lead the Orioles 7-1 going into the bottom of the 10th. If you haven't, please hit the like button, share the channel out. And if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And our Major League scoreboard. Braves and the Tigers are in the bottom of the ninth. Braves lead the Tigers 6-2. Pirates have beaten the Athletics 11-0. And the game has just gone final. The Braves beat the Tigers 6-2. In our game, going to the bottom of the 10th, the Yankees lead the Orioles 7-1. In the top of the ninth, the Reds lead the Cubs 1-0. The Nationals have defeated the Mets 3-2. Twins have beaten the Guardians 6-2. The Blue Jays have beaten the Royals 8-5. Padres have beaten the White Sox 3-2. Cardinals have beaten the Brewers 5-1. In the top of the eighth, the Marlins lead the Rangers 4-2. In the bottom of the seventh, the Rockies lead the Angels 2-1. And in the bottom of the third, the Diamondbacks are leading the Phillies 6-0. In the top of the fourth, the Giants and the Dodgers are locked up at zeros. 2 remaining games on the hopper are going to be the Mariners and the Astros at 7:10, and the Red Sox and the Rays at 7:35. And that is your Major League scoreboard for the day. Looks like Camilo Doval is coming in to replace. And Doval sets. First pitch is on the way. And that is called strike one. 99-mile-an-hour cutter. And the pitch is a line drive into right field. Slater is going to make the play. Ice cream cone catch for the first out of the inning. Jackson Holiday is coming up to bat. He is 1 for 4 on the day. And the pitch is a high pop-up. Caballero is tracking it, and he makes a basket over-the-shoulder catch for the second out. Hell of a play by Caballero. Good play by Goldschmidt for running from first to cover third. Beavers is coming up to bat. He is 0 for 4 on the day with a pair of strikeouts, a line out, and a ground out. And Doval sets and fires, and the first pitch is up high. Count is 1-0. Doval sets and fires, and the pitch is just off the plate. Count is 2-0. Doval sets, and the pitch is waved at. Count is 2-1. Hey, Chef Nick, can you make me up another peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I'm a little bit hungry. And Doval sets, fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Count is 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, and two outs. Doval sets, and he just misses off the plate. Count is full, 3-2. And Doval sets, fires, and the pitch is down in the dirt, and that is going to walk Beavers. Orioles are going to have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Coming up to bat is Gunnar Henderson. He is 0 for 4 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. And Doval sets, fires, and the first pitch paints the outside corner for call. Strike 1. Count is 0-1. Doval sets, fires, and the slider is down low. Count is 1-1. Doval sets, fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is now 2-1. And Doval sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is inside. Count is now 3-1. Here we go again. Doval sets, fires, and the pitch is down low. And now the bases are juiced full of Dodgers with 2 outs. Yeah, I'll give that a shot, Chef Nick. Doval sets, and he fires, and the pitch is way outside. Count is 1-0. And they're going to have a mound meeting. And they've got Mark Leiter Jr. warming up in the bullpen. And Duvall sets. Pitch is on the way, and the pitch is fouled off by Mountcastle. Count is 1-1. Duvall sets, fires, and the pitch is off the plate. Count is 2-1. Come on, guy. Just throw strikes. Duvall sets, fires, and the pitch is inside. Count is now 3-1. For the love of God. Duvall sets, pitches out of the way, and it paints the bottom of the strike zone for call, strike 2. Count is now 3-2. Mountcastle takes timeout. Orioles are down to their last strike, last out. Orioles have the bases loaded with 2 outs. And Duvall sets. Pitch is on the way, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3. And that is going to do it for the Orioles today. The Yankees win 7-1 in the 10th inning. The Yankees are now 20 games over 500. Great start for Cam Schlittler today. I want to extend my appreciation to everyone here for hopping into today's Sunday afternoon play-by-play. Your support is most appreciated. Yeah, if I play Frank Sinatra, I'm getting a copyright infringement, so I'm not doing that. The Yankees are going to remain 2 games behind the Blue Jays for the lead in the AL East. I appreciate everyone being here. And before I shut the stream down, programming notes. At 7 o'clock on NY Yankee Mania, Joe is going to have a postseason or post-game review. I recommend going in there and checking that out. And tomorrow is an off day for the Yankees. I may do a pre-series review for the White Sox coming up. If you are subscribed, hit notifications. Make sure that you get the notification when we go live. And I will be transiting to Philadelphia on Tuesday, but I will call the first game of the White Sox Yankees series in the Bronx. Before you check out, please hit the like button, share the channel out, and if you're not a member of the Yankees The Ugly Truth family, please consider subscribing. And I will end on my traditional Let's Go Yankees, and we'll see you in the funny papers. Have a great night.